My name is Natalia Garcia, and today I'll be talking about my environmental analysis through an eco-critical approach with the movie Tarzan. Now, the movie that I decided to analyze, as I mentioned before, it is Tarzan, a 1999 by Walt Disney Productions. The character that I will be analyzing is Clayton, now, the three character modifiers or traits that I will be explaining are that he is a dishonest, manipulating, and untrustworthy person. The nature theme is personal gain and profit, and the natural element it is the fauna. The thesis that I constructed with all that I mentioned before states the following. In Tarzan, Clayton portrays the antagonist. In the story, he puts his selfish greed before wildlife by exploiting the fauna and the jungle in exchange for money. Now, to start off, my first point to explain my thesis is with dishonesty. From the beginning to almost the end of the movie, Clayton portrays a dishonest man because he hides his greed and he lies about his real intentions of going to the expedition. But even then, we can suspect of his ulterior motives when he forces a smile, when he's obviously not amused, and he's always shooting at sight. Some of the citations that prove this are, "You hire me to protect you, Miss Potter, and protect you I shall," as well as, "I believe you're shooting my scaring them off." Now, we're showing you a clip that will show the citations in the movie. As you can see in the clip, we can see his dishonest actions through what he's saying and doing. Okay, now for my second point would be that he's a manipulating person. By this point in the middle of the movie, he's already frustrated that Tarzan has not and doesn't have the intention of showing them the gorilla's location because he doesn't want to betray his own family. But his Clayton's will starts to get more robust as time passes, and he continues to insist, but all of that leads to nothing. That's when he goes to use his manipulating and persuasive skills to trick Tarzan into demonstrating and showing them where the gorilla's nests are at the end of the day. Then he's able to make this because Tarzan is in love with Jane, so he uses that as his advantage to get him to show her and for him to get advantage of that. Now, the citations that prove that are, "If only she could spend more time with the gorillas. Jane says the gorilla she say that's why she came, isn't it?" Now, the clip that I'll be showing will prove what I just said on the citations. As presented, this is when Clayton is manipulating Tarzan into showing Jane the gorillas, but in reality is for him to have the location. Now, for my third point is that he is an untrustworthy person. He's obviously there for the money, making him untrustworthy to be on the expedition at all, but sadly, Tarzan, Jane, and her father have not realized that, so they're just taking him along, and he's just going along with it for his benefit. Now, when Tarzan finally shows them where the gorillas' nests are, Clayton actually draws a map to the location so he can go back. So, as they're going to the boat to go back to England, all of them are surprised that Clayton has betrayed them all by locking them in the boat. At this time, Tarzan actually questions him into why he's doing that, and he actually just answers because he plans to sell the gorillas. They obviously are all surprised and are left feeling betrayed by Clayton because of what he's done, and they're obviously having a lot of troubled emotions. Now, after that, Clayton actually goes to capture all the gorillas. And the citations that prove that is that Clayton betrayed us all. I couldn't have you making a scene when we put your furry friends in their cages. And now for the clip. After seeing this, we can clearly see that Clayton's real colors and real intention just showed up. Now, for a conclusion, we can tell that he is a manipulative individual and a traitor. His will and his selfish desire actually got the best of him, and he put it above everything, that just for him to gain some wealth and some profit. But at the end of the day, that also took him to his own destruction, since later on in the movie he actually dies. With this, I will end my analysis, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and thank you for your attention, and